Many people believe that triggers happen instantly because it feels like it. One moment everything feels fine, and the next, bam, they're reacting. But triggers usually unfold through several phases that happen very quickly. And once you learn to see those phases, you can begin to notice your triggers much earlier. Many people describe triggers as something that happened like all of a sudden. They might say, I just snapped, or it happened before I could stop it. But when we slow the process down, we can see that emotional triggers usually unfold through several phases. And these phases often happen very quickly, sometimes within just a few seconds. But they do follow a pattern. So the first phase is perception. Something in the environment signals emotional tension. It may be someone's tone of voice, a facial expression, or a certain phrase that they use. The nervous system notices this signal immediately, often before our conscious mind can even register it. The second phase is called activation. The nervous system begins preparing for protection. The body changes, breathing may shift, muscles tighten, your attention narrows. And this is when many people begin feeling uncomfortable or very alert. The third phase is interpretation. The brain starts assigning meaning to what's happening. It starts telling you a story. Thoughts appear quickly. This isn't fair. They don't understand me. They're upset with me. And these interpretations can intensify the nervous system response. But here's something important that many people don't realize. Most reactions don't actually begin during the final phase. They begin much earlier, usually during the activation phase. Which means if we learn to notice the early signs, we can begin responding before the reaction fully takes over. And this is so important, and it feels so much better than getting lost in the protection. The final phase of the trigger is reaction. And this is where the nervous system moves into one of the protection responses we talked about earlier: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. But the reaction is actually the last step in this process. And once people begin recognizing the earlier phases, then something powerful becomes possible, which is they can start responding earlier. Instead of waiting until the reaction appears, they can notice the signals of activation. And what happens over time is that this creates more space between the trigger and the reaction. And that space in between allows awareness to remain present longer. This is one of the ways the nervous system capacity gradually develops. Not by eliminating triggers completely, but by recognizing them sooner and supporting the nervous system earlier in this process. And this, something that happened to me just the other day. I was rushing in a panic, and I started feeling like I was lost in the story my mind was telling me about what was actually happening and why. And I knew it was a protection response, and I could see these different phases. And once I recognized it, once I noticed it, I was able to slow it down, calm down, really move into that access phase where I was able to access myself. And that feels so much better. So much better. Now, in the next video, we're going to explore something extremely helpful. It is the body signals that appear before a trigger. And this is going to help you recognize that trigger earlier, because the body often knows a trigger is coming before the mind. And if today's teaching resonated with you, I've created a free training. It's called Why You Lose Access to Yourself in Relationships. And inside that training, I go much deeper into why women lose access to themselves when the emotional pressure rises, and then what helps them stay connected to themselves what helps them access themselves earlier. So you can access that free training using the link below. You'll also receive a companion workbook that's going to help you recognize your own protection patterns and helps you begin applying what you're learning. If this video was helpful, I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what resonated the most for you. And if you want to better understand why you lose access to yourself in relationships and learn how to stay connected to yourself when it matters the most, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.